G'day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we are going to take a look at the performance of the Int Pandel Dragon Ball Fusions Eza in the Fusions category Extreme Super Battle Road stage. So the Fusions category Extreme Super Battle Road stage is a pretty tough Super Battle Road stage, although it's kind of gotten a lot easier over time with the introduction of the introduction of some really good units in the form of the Tech LR Gogeta. We also got the time limit category support in the form of the Go Tanks. So Pan now is one of the increased utility based fusion units that kind of thrives as a floating unit in this team. We are going to make her a main rotation unit. We're going to link her up with the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and we're going to see how she performs alongside him, how she will basically work alongside him. They both share GT, they both share Shattering the Limit, so they share 2 key links, which is pretty good considering how few key links Pandel shares. Obviously, if you have Pandel and you have Pan, it's highly suggested that you use both of them together, although I don't have the Kais just yet for Pan, so her showcase and her review is just going to have to wait until that can happen. So obviously in terms of Pandel and what she brings to the table, as we discussed in her review, she brings her 30% attack and defense support to the table. She also, of course, provides evasion as well as attack lowering on her super attack. So that makes her pretty suitable for events like Super Battle Road and Extreme Super Battle Road, where the units don't have gimmicks whereby they lock evasion or anything like that. So running her in the stage is very viable. She can produce quite a good array of results, and her attack lowering and her defense lowering will also help in terms of just a blanket reduction of the enemy's attack, which is pretty good. Obviously running her on a full fusions team does mean she has her full evasion, that 49%, which should be helpful to a certain extent as well. So we are looking forward to seeing how Pandel does. Main issues that I can see is just her offense. So if you look at the fusion category, if you just look at the team right now, a lot of the units are hitting hard, and even if they're not hitting the highest attack stats, they all, for the most part, are effective against all types. If you look at this team, you've got a 4 million attack stat here by the third year LRs. No support, no nothing. They generate their own orbs. They're very good defensively. You've got a follow-up 2.3 million from the LR Tech Gogeta, which is usually followed by an additional super attack. They're also super powerful defensively. They can transform, they bring a heal. You've got this AGL Gogeta, who has evasion in his base form. I think he has 20%. No, he has 30%, which is pretty decent. Plus he also is attack effective against all types from base form alone, which is really good. His transformation guarantees some crits. You have the Int SS4 Gogeta, who's got his active skill. You've got his ability to decrease the enemy's attack and defense, ability to raise his own attack and defense. He's attack effective against all types and greatly raises his attack and defense. So, like, a lot of these units are outputting a very large amount of damage. They're outputting a lot of work. Like Pan in this scenario, it's 1.6, and then you've got SS4 Gogeta, who's hitting almost 3 million attack effective against all types. Obviously they're fighting a tech unit, but still much higher attack stat, much better defensively afterwards. And then you've got the Int Gogeta, who has 30% evasion with 1 rainbow orb and lowers attack and defense and hits a 3.3 million attack stat. So it's not that Pandel is necessarily bad. It's more the question of whether your team or the other units that you have in terms of your fusion team aren't able to outperform her. A lot of the fusion units are very powerful, but they've also been out for a while. A lot of people have had the opportunity to get the SS4 Gogeta. A lot of people will have the Int Super Saiyan Gogeta. He's frequently been around. The ally tech Gogeta, understandably, a lot of people won't have, but you also have really good units that we haven't brought, like Int Gotenks, Psy, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, all those kinds of units. So the real question is Pandel good enough to replace one of these units? Now, as a floating unit, I think she is good enough, especially if you are limited on options. She does bring a lot to the table. Playing her as a main rotation unit, I think, isn't necessary. Not so much that she can't do it, she very clearly can. We did clear the first fight, and we will clear the second, and we'll only die in the third because I don't use items. So Pandel definitely can get you through this event. This one does have 2 dupes, keep that in mind, but Pandel can get you through the event. Like I said, she brings a lot to the table. Her evasion, just evade an attack. She will lower the attack and defense of the Bora now, which will help out a lot. She evades another attack. She's going to get hit by this one, although we do have 2 items active. Although a type disadvantage super, 2 items active, 30k is not too bad either. And then of course, like I said, she does share somewhat decent links with, you know, the rest of the team. So it's very difficult to say that you shouldn't bring her. The only thing about Pandel, just realistically, is whether she's outputting more or doing more than the other fusion units, and I just don't think so. I just think there's maybe too much that the other units are doing that is kind of going to cover like what Pan can do. Even if you link her with Pan, they're a good option if you don't have the required units, but a lot of these units are just going to straight up outperform them. A lot of them have counters, evasion already, that's at a pretty decent stat. Yeah, Pandel does have a fairly high level of evasion, but there's no guarantee. Yeah, obviously running it on a fusion team is great, but like beyond the evasion, there's no other source of damage reduction. And most of these units will outscale B-Pan, even if she's rainbowed. If they rainbowed, they far outscale her. So for me, she's very, very good. If you don't have a team that's quite front-loaded in terms of fusions, she's definitely going to help you out. And she'll definitely earn her place, and she can do the event quite handedly. So very, very good by Pandel. Like I said, my only real concern is that is she distinctly better than other fusions units? Considering it's one of a few categories, I would have hoped they'd make her really, really good, at least on the fusions team. But she's still incredibly solid and brings a lot to the table, and the fact that she does have such high levels of evasion does make her a really, really good floating option, especially for that all allies attack and defense of 30%. But yeah, I don't think we need to see any more. I think Pandel's done really, really well. I think she's an exceptional unit. And even though she may not be the premier choice for fusions, she definitely is probably a very strong contender for top slot in the floating position. And then she's definitely a very strong secondary recommendation as a main unit if you are struggling, if you don't have any of the premier options. So yeah, I think Pandel's done really well overall, and I can't really fault anything. It's just a shame that she doesn't necessarily do anything as well as the other fusion units. But that's not a slight on Pandel, it's more just a testament to the strength of the fusion category in general. And I still think they did a really good job with her EZA, and you can use her on a variety of teams. As we've tested out, her drop-off is merely only really in her evasion. She still has an incredibly strong skill set and stats to back things up if you run her on multiple other teams. So we'll transform Gogeta here just so we can see the active skill, and so that we can have a nice little ending for the video. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I want to know if you guys rate Pandel. Do you think she's any good? Do you think she's not good? Have you used her? Would you not use her? And just in general, what do you guys think about Pandel? What do you think about the Dragon Ball Fusions, EZAs in general? And yeah, do you think she brings enough to the table? Am I being a bit too harsh on Pandel? Or do you think she's not really of the required standard to replace anyone in the Fusions team? But yeah, I'm very, very interested to know what you guys think. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like on the video. It does always help out. And if you are obviously new to the channel, you can always leave a comment down below. I try to reply to every single one. So if you have any comments or queries or anything like that, I will very much gladly try and reply to them. It's something I enjoy doing. But that's it from me, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So until then, take care, stay safe, and bye.